Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Scotland has got a major rubbish problem, specifically fly tipping. There were nearly 300,000 reported incidents last year. So how many went unreported, we wonder? Of those 300,000, only 51 managed to get prosecuted from the Procurator Fiscal's office. 51 out of 300,000 reported fly tippings. And of course, with councils cutting back left, right and centre, fewer people able to go out and sort out the mess, fewer people going out to inspect, fewer enforcement officers, and at the same time, fewer policemen, more overworked court cases out of the few policemen that are still there. It's not surprising that Scotland is drowning in filth. A problem that could be sorted should anyone in Holyrood care. But they don't. It's quite obvious. And so Scotland will continue to have this terrible problem of fly tipping that no one is capable of stopping. It's becoming the fly tipping capital of Britain. Let's take a look at this and see what's going on and what could possibly be done to stop it. Here goes. So, SNP, Soft Touch Justice Scotland, as just 51 fly tippers are prosecuted, despite almost 300,000 incidents being reported. And you have to wonder how many there are in total, because not everything's going to get reported. 51 prosecutions. And it's a situation that will, of course, only, and can only, get worse. So we'll have a look at this and see what is going on. But it is utter awfulness that this is even a thing and being allowed to get this bad by a government that obviously doesn't care. Before we go on, though, do please hit that subscribe button if you're yet to do so. If you're one of our regulars, the 60% or so who watch regularly but have yet to subscribe, please do so. It massively helps us spread the word. We get pushed down, but by subscribing, you lift us back up a little bit, makes the voice a little bit louder, and we can spread the message and make sure that everyone knows this kind of stuff is going on. Because how many people would be aware that only 51 prosecutions took place? Anyway, the Scottish Lib Dems demanded that the Scottish Government get tougher on people who dump their rubbish and household items in public places. The SNP's soft touch justice was highlighted by them when it's revealed that just 51, as we mentioned, fly tipping cases were sent to prosecutors, despite almost 300,000 incidents being reported. The party urged Scottish Government ministers to introduce a restitution order. New fly tipping rules came into force last Monday, which could see the culprits receive an on-the-spot fine of just £500. Not a lot, is it, when you consider that these people could charge thousands to remove and clear houses and things like that. And you can just put the £500 down as a cost of doing business. Community spokesman Willie Rennie believes that this move is not enough to curb the plague of dumped rubbish. Well, it's obvious it's not. If there's over 300 or just under 300,000 reported tippings, so you're probably near 500,000 in total. These fines obviously aren't working. Figures showed that the local authorities received 284,762 reports of illegal rubbish dumping since 2019-2020. However, only 51 of these were referred to the Procurator Fiscal, while 3,500 fixed penalty notices were issued. That's still only 1%. 1%. At a time when councils are forced to cut back, to fire people, to have fewer enforcement officers, and there's fewer policemen out there as well doing their rounds and seeing what's going on. So do we think that this problem is going to go away now that they've introduced a £500 fine, or do they think it's just going to get far, far worse? Glasgow City Council received the highest number with 88,357 reports across the 4-year period. And this, of course, is in some way related to the massive uptick in rat population in Glasgow. One necessarily leads to the other. When you start dumping stuff, rats move in. One only has to look at Glasgow City Council to see how infested that is with rats. Anyway, Mr Reddy welcomed the fine increase, but he said that the Scottish Government ministers must now introduce a new rule ordering offenders to contribute to the clean-up, with the money then put towards a national fund to help farmers. He said fly tippers are increasingly brazen. From back lanes to main roads, most communities across Scotland are blighted by other people's rubbish. Well, they keep voting them in, don't they? Boom, boom. He said it's ugly, it's dirty, it's smelly, and yet only a tiny fraction of cases ever result in a fine or a trip to court. I would also add it's public health issue. You don't know what these guys are dumping. There could be asbestos in there, there could be chemical waste, and of course there's all the foodstuffs that get done in, and then you get the rats coming and all the many nasty diseases that come along with our furry little friends. So it's more than just unsightliness. It is public health, and it needs to be treated far, far more seriously than it is. He said, however, there is still a fundamental unfairness in the system which leaves farmers and other owners with the responsibility for clearing up waste dumped on their properties. More needs to be done to clamp down on this disgusting behaviour and to ensure that repeat offenders feel the full force of the law. Quite right too. I actually agree with this. Well done, Willie. One of the sensible ones. He does come across. I've got to be honest. I have very low opinion, really, generally, of Lib Dems, but Willie Rennie does come across as someone genuine. He does come across as a proper old school MP working for people, and I've got to be honest with that. So yeah, well done to him, I think, and he is absolutely right. More needs to be done. They need to make the punishment fit the crime, and the punishment has to fit this crime, because this crime can be very, very serious. Given what they're dumping, it could cost people their lives. So it needs to be treated with that level of seriousness. So yes, well done to Willie Rennie for highlighting this. Anyway, he says, alongside a robust fixed penalty system, Scottish Liberal Democrats want to see the introduction of a new restitution order that will enable the courts to require contributions from offenders to the cleaning up of their mess. Not restitution and contribute towards it. Pay fully for it. The full cost, not just of getting out and getting it picked up and taken away, but then the full cost of disposal again the second time. And on top of that, a fine that is 100% of the cost. So it's actually going to cost them double whatever the fine is. That seems to me a far better way of dealing with it, because you're putting the fear back into the people who dump. And that's only the first time. The first time it's a 100% fine. It's the cost plus a 100% fine. The second time it's the cost and a 200% fine. And if you do it a third time, it's jail. How's that? Anyway, he said the contributions could then go towards a national fund, which would then support farmers and all those who bear the brunt of fly tipping. The Scottish Government has been asked for comment, but of course, like so many things, comment came there none. Because they don't want to deal with the problem. It's a big problem. They don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to deal with anything. And meanwhile, people have to live with other people's shit strewn across the fields, the lanes, the back alleys, the gardens, you name it. Wherever there's a space, these cowboys will dump and run. Anyway, I'm going to round off and come up and just say well done to Willie Rennie. Now, this is one of those problems that does need to be sorted out, but won't, because the SNP don't see any way of making independence part of this problem. And that's because all they think about is independence first, last and foremost. Dealing with actual problems that people need them to deal with, they don't do. Oh no, we've got this, we need to concentrate on independence. People want this sorted. Yeah. Once we get independence, we'll deal with it. And that's why Scotland is turning into one massive fly-blown dump. Because these people don't want to do the job they're elected to. They're not elected to go and push for independence. They're elected to represent the people and to get on with the job of giving the people the services they need. The SNP have forgotten this, and that is why this happens. They need to be reminded, I think. Anyway, all strength to Willie Russell. Willie Russell's an actor. William Russell's an actor. Willie Russell's a director. Two different people. Anyway, all strength in the arm to Willie Rennie. Get the right person. How about the others? Yeah, strength to them too. They're fine. Incidentally, William Russell, I think he'd be 99 this year. He was Doctor Who's first companion back in 1963. There you go. Still alive, still with us. Hope he makes his 100th. Anyway, I shall finish there. Thank you very much. Interesting tangent, I know. But I'll finish there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit that subscribe button. Very, very important. Please press the like and leave a comment if you will. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will speak to you later. Thanks.